Hello and welcome to the Old World Show. This is once again another video. That'll be 3 in 1 week.
Wow.
Wow, 2025 is going to be a big year. Okay, once again joined by my partner in crime, Andy Oakham. I need to always say partner in crime because it sounds
You love saying
odd.
that, yeah.
Yeah, well, because it sounds odd. So this is my partner, Andy Oakham.
Don't even say it.
Yeah,
Just say this is Andy Oakham.
I know. Well, this is Andy Oakham. I'm joined by Andy Oakham,
There you go.
who is and you'd be lucky as well. Don't even start, right?
You are.
Um, yeah, exactly. So the reason I'm making this video is I have a tournament this weekend, Andy, which
Ooh.
you did not want to come with me, which is fine.
No.
I've forgiven your trail. For the Nottingham UKTC, I've got a bunch of mates going down there to play the 40k event. I thought I'll go down there for the Old World event. Andy, what are you doing? Because I can just see the top of your head. Are you painting?
I was, yes.
How dare you? Right, okay.
I had a base I was finishing, so
Right, okay. You're forgiven.
done now.
Thank you. And I thought, so I thought I'd go for the Old World event because I don't mind 40k, but I prefer Old World. That's why we're doing the Old World show. And anyway, looking at the attendance list, Andy, we have 11 people going.
11.
That's including me, which isn't bad,
Is it
really.
not?
Well, I mean, it's better than some of the events that we have been to. Again, the one that where 4 people went springs to mind. Now, I'll run through my list so people are aware of it. It's a list that's done the rounds before. Richie Amphlett used it. Richie from Dowie After Dark, and he basically he came up with the concept. And I'll run through it. I have actually. I run a version of the list that was slightly different, but I am actually taking some of the runes that he would take as well, just to see how they go. Really, I've not actually used them, but I want to see what differences they make, if any.
What the
So
fuss is about.
exactly, yeah. So I've got the standard, the king, who's on shield bearers has got the mastery of smiting, mastery of gromril, rune of preservation. So what that gives him is a 2+3 rollable armor save, essentially 2+3 rolling ones. He ignores all multi damage and killing blow, and he does d6 damage on his great weapon.
Nice.
We've got a runesmith, who is the BSB, which we can do in Royal Clans. He has Mastery of Grugny and Rune of Battle, so he gives his unit a 5 up ward save, anything within 6 of him a 6 up ward save against shooting, and +1 combat res for his unit. And he has 3 runes of spell breaking. We then have the Anvil of Doom, who has the Rune of Adamant. This is what I have never taken before. I wanted to see what it was like because few people are saying it's decent. Okay.
Good,
Yeah. We've got 27 Longbeards. The Elder has Rune of Warding, just in case there is a Wolves of the Sea that he has to take a challenge on, or any other challenge, to be honest. Got Rune of Passage as well to give him moves recover. We then have a Standard Bearer who has Courage, the Rune of Courage, and the Stroller's Rune and Rune of Battle. So they automatically pass Fear and Terror checks. They have Vanguard 3 inches, and they have +1 combat res. There's a musician as well. They are all armed with heavy armor, great weapons and shields, and of course they're drilled as well. We then have a dwarf cart standard. The dwarf cart is called Gladys for this event. I decided that a while ago.
Represent.
We're representing it. We got Grudge Thrower with the Rune of Forging, which is essentially once per game I can reroll a artillery dice. Well, then we have 17 Iron Drakes who are drilled. They have full plate armor. Obviously, they come with full plate armor, but they have drilled. The Iron Warden has a Trollhammer Torpedo and Cinderblast Bombs. They have a Standard Bearer with the Rune of Battle and Rune of Courage to give them automatically pass Fear and Terror checks. So that is the list. Now, the format for this video, basically, you have 2 ways to play this list, Andy. I don't know if you're aware of that. All right. You have the Yeet, which is where I use the cart, I use the anvil, and I throw everything in your face, make you deal with it, because otherwise they're going to deal with you. Or you have the greet, which is where I can castle up, you come to me, because you're going to have to come to me if you want to get points out of me. Okay? So I thought it'd be fun if we went through each of my fellow players who are going to this event, if we went through each of their lists and we determine whether it's a yeet or a greet style matchup, because there are certain matchups where it's definitely favourable to yeet, and there are other matchups where it's favourable maybe to castle up and take a hit.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, all right. So,
do you want to go through the roster and just go from the top to bottom on there, starting with this
that's what I'm
Charlie
doing.
Townley?
Well, I was just going to go through the pairings up, so I can just go through that really. So for on table 1, we have Ross Wilkinson first, who has Warriors of Chaos in his list, and he has got a Chaos Lord, who's got a Chaos Dragon. He's got full plate armor. He has Fire of Chaos. He has Mark of Nurgle, Fumes of Contagion, and that's the dragon. The dragon, isn't it? He has a Dragon Slaying Sword, 2 Faves of the Gods, the Crown of Everlasting Conquest, Enchanting Aura. He has a Sorcerer Lord, who is on a demonic mount. He's level 4. He's Mark of Zinch. Who's also got Battle Magic, Spell Familiar, Infernal Puppet, Ruby Ring of Ruin. We then have 7 Chaos Knights. We've got full command. We've got the Rampaging banner on them. We have 14 Chaos Marauders with Hand Weapon, Mark of Corn, and Great Weapons. We then have 10 Marauder Horsemen, 5 Marauder Horsemen, and a Warp Fire Dragon. So, what do we reckon? Do we yeet or do we greet?
It's an aggressive list.
It's an aggressive list.
I think you greet this with loving arms.
This. Yes.
So he's got speed. He's got the 2 dragons, which are going to be able to fly around, and he's got the level 4 battle magic with potential arcane agency to get things moving. Mm-hmm. He's gone aggressive because he's got Mark of Corn on those Chaos Knights as well as the Marauders. So he's not effing around. He wants to see some combat. He wants to see some blood. I don't know what the Sorcerer Lord's really doing. What's he go? He's going to go with. Are they both Marauder Horsemen? Oh yes, he's got the 5 Marauder Horsemen. He's got the Mark of Slaanesh on those, which is interesting, rather than Mark of Zinch to make the little bunker to give him +1 to cast on his Sorcerer. So where's?
Well, I think he's gone for it. He's gone for it being a bit of a gunboat, hasn't he? Rather than
but you think if he was going to stick with the Marauder Horseman unit to get, he'd give the Marauder Horseman Mark of Zinch to get +1 to cast.
I mean, I don't really think. Does he need that? I mean,
it's +1 to cast, isn't it?
Yeah, I know, but like, he's level 4, and he's got an Infernal Puppet, which is designed to shut me down anyway. So I don't think he needs that necessarily.
Either way, he's going to come at you hard.
Violence, yeah, pure violence.
The Warp Fire Dragon sat next to your Longbeards with the Chaos Lord sat jumping through them is going to be a little bit painful. So you just have to kind of sit back and get in range of Iron Drakes and just shoot him for a couple of turns before he hits you, I guess, and then flee through him. Here's a unit of Longbeards. Please let me roll better, God.
Yeah.
I don't know if you played Chaos before, but that is a tanky Chaos Lord. So he's not overplayed. He's tanky Chaos Lord, triple save, double favor, hoping to roll. He's been rolling that every turn, and then he's got the Sorcerer Lord to pump out a lot of magic missiles. You got double, probably there's a chance to have double fireball there with his Ruby Ring.
Yeah,
Pillar of Fire, getting out the Arcane Agency.
I don't necessarily think that you need to. You don't need to have the Iron Drakes out front, though, do you? You can shoot over my Longbeards, so the 2 behemoth targets, and just soak it all up with the Longbeards.
But if you end up going first, you kind of want to have that, be able to double move forward to get that extra turn of shooting on him, and then move backwards next turn, potentially double move backwards next turn, so that you then back to where your castle began. So if you go first, you're not just losing a turn of shooting effectively.
Yeah. Okay, so okay.
I give that a greet.
I give that a greet too. To be honest, I feel like any sort of dragon list, it's very hard to hunt down dragons because they can just sort of. I mean, the dwarves exactly. The dwarves are just they've got more maneuverability, haven't they? So, right, we're going to move on to Russell Took. Okay, who looking forward to seeing at the event, Russell. We've got Dion Prince. So he's playing Warriors of Chaos, I should say. He's got a Demon Prince, who's got Mark of Chaos Undivided, level 4, Ogre Blade, Armor of Meteoric Iron, Favor of the Gods, Enchanting Aura, and Demonology. He has a Sorcerer Lord, who's level 4 on foot, again with Infernal Puppet, Spell Familiar, Battle Magic, Mark of Tzeentch. We got an Exalted Sorcerer, level 2, with Spell Familiar and Mark of Tzeentch and Battle Magic. We then have 23 Chaos Warriors with Mark of Tzeentch, Champion, Standard Bearer, with the Banner of Iron Resolve and Musician. 5 Chaos Warhounds, 5 Chaos Warhounds, 6 Chosen Chaos Knights, with the Champion has a Charmed Shield and the Mark of Chaos Undivided. Then we have 3 Dragon Ogres and 1 Chaos Chariot. Again, that feels like a Greet.
That is definitely a Greet because again, you have to have your Iron Drakes out the front to get it's to they get the nice ward save, don't they, against all the fire magic.
Mm-hmm.
You can't yeet that because the dragon will just sweep round and clear up your backfield. So
yeah, there is a dragon.
Sorry, the Demon Prince, sorry. So who is super tanky. I like that. It's a nice tanky build.
Mm-hmm.
The triple save. So, but he's got the 23 Chaos Warriors and Mark of Tzeentch, so he's making a little bunker there for his 2 spellcasters.
Yeah.
And the Demonology on the Demon Prince, though, is interesting. I wonder what he's planning to do there. Well, with the Ogre Blade, he's definitely planning to get involved. So, he's a nice little, cheeky little combat piece. He's got the fly on there, so he's definitely going to be able to get. He's got the 6 levels or 8 levels of. No, he's got 4, 5, 6. He's got 8 levels of battle magic. So get the Arcane Agency on the Prince. That can yeet at the board itself, get into a nice position. So it could be a tough one. I think you definitely have to agree with that.
Okay. So next one we have. I feel like this will be the first meet of the first first yeet even. So many eats. So first yeet of the day. We have vampire counts. Okay, so he has a Master Necromancer on a Mortis Engine. Standard stuff. He has the Illusion, Spell Familiar, Skull Staff, Crown of the Damned, 2 Tomb Banshees. He has a White Lord with a War Banner on a Skeletal Steed, which is interesting. Charm Shield, Helm of Commandment. Then he has 25 Graveguard, 21 Zombies, 3 Fellbats. I should say the Graveguard have the Regen Banner, the Draconov Banner. Then he has a Black Coach and 5 Vargeists.
Well, that's interesting. So he's got Illusion on the Master Necromancer rather than Necromancy.
Yeah, he's going to go for Miasmic Mirage.
So he's going to go for the Miasmic Mirage stuff.
Yeah.
So he wants to be up close because he's got the double Banshees as well. So the Banshees are a pain for you.
I don't think they are. I mean, leadership 10 with veteran, so I'm fine.
So it's a case, but he's not got the Necromancy to drop your leadership down. Yeah. So you're pretty good there. And also, if you get involved and you smash through a unit, because it is 25 Graveguard, but I don't think you're out of the realm of possibility of smashing through, Graveguard if you get a decent drilled and fan out with a unit, and then you can do a reform, catch his Banshees kind of thing, kill those big combat res, and then that you're good to go then. He's got nothing super scary that's going to slam in. The Vargeists are nice. I like that because they can just run down the side and be like, cool, we're going to threaten your backfield, but they're going to do nothing to your anvil. It's just going to kill your cart and your and
then get blasted by the anvil, or go into combat and lose because the anvil is actually quite decent in combat.
Yeah, with the T10s will be really handy. So I don't know what strength Vargeists are. They're strength 5.
I think they're 4 or 5.
If they're 4, they can't
actually hurt the thing.
So
let me just double check that though. But even if it's 5, it's 6s, so I'm not too fussed.
Yeah, but if you want it to, if it's 4, this is not at all, which is even better. So
yes, very true.
Doesn't put anything to risk there. So yeah, I think you can happily use.
The strength 5. Strength 5.
Oh, strength 5. I think you can happily use that, not worrying too much, because then nothing there is scary enough to your Iron Drakes that you couldn't just kill them, because he's great. You're just going to run straight at his Graveguard block and then have at it there. And then his black coach of Vargeists, if they swing round to your back, I don't think you have any issues blasting either of those things away to a point where they're no longer scary. So yeah, I think you definitely get to that one.
Okay. We got a yeet so far. We're greets for the twos and 2 for the greets and 1 for the yeets, which is cool. Okay. Next we have one of our old favorites. We got Bretonian Exiles, run by a fella called Daniel Mashford, and he has a Baron with Grommel Greathound, Virtue of Heroism, and a Lance on a Royal Pegasus. He has a Paladin with the Frontier. That's interesting. Paladin with Frontier Axe, who's the BSB. Virtue of Knightly Temper on the Paladin. No banner on there. He then has Outcast Wizard, level 3, Ruby Ring of Ruin, and Demonology. Then has Green Knight with the Dolorous Blade, obviously. I don't know, I've read that. I'm just reading out stuff now at this stage. We've got 6 Knights of the Realm, full command, 6 Knights of the Realm, full command, 10 Peasant Bowmen, 10 Peasant Bowmen, 5 Mounted Yeomen, 3 Pegasus Knights, 3 Pegasus Knights. We have the Vanguard banner on one of the units, but that's it. And then he has, surprise, 2 Princes, Border Princes Bombard. I have no qualms greeting this. That's going to run right at me, and I'm happy to meet it.
You're going to greet it. Sorry, yeah. You greet this.
Greet this.
Be careful of the. Are they allowing the Green Knight to come out of hills again? Is that still a thing?
If it is, it is. It's fine. The problem is the Green Knight really doesn't scare me. Honestly, if it gets into the anvil, that's a problem because the anvil can't hurt it, and then it just stops. It shuts down the defensive spells that I can put out. But I mean, he can't really hurt the anvil either. If he goes into either of the units, he dies to combat rush. Really. So I'm not too fussed about that, if I'm being honest. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
I mean, your king challenge slaps any of those characters there. So yeah, let him come out. Iron Drakes make a mess of Bretonians. So yeah, that should be too bad. The next one here, then you've got his Tomb Kings. I'll take this one. So he's named all his stuff, which is really cool. So we've got, I'm not really sure how to say the names right, Big New Micta.
Yeah, we apologise if we have butchered that.
So on here, then he's got a Tomb King on a Bone Dragon with Armour of the Ages, Talents of Protection, and Biting Blade. He's got a level 4 High Priest on a Bone Dragon, Lore Familiar, Ruby Ring, Burning Blade, Warding Splint, and he's taken Illusion. He's then got 20 Tomb Guard with a champion with a Charmed Shield and Sword of Might. That's interesting.
Yeah.
And then he's got a Standard Bearer with the Banner of the Desert Winds. He's got 1, 2, 3 single chariots, 10 skeleton archers with a champion in each, 3 carrion. Ooh. And then he's got 3 Necropolis Knights with a champion who's got Sword of Might as well and Charm Shield. And he's got the banner, the Standard Bearer with the banner with the Icon of Rakaf, which is the reform one, and then a Casket of Souls on its own. So double Bone Dragon.
Yeah,
he's not going to be able to shoot you. So this is, I think, you just sit and greet this one. Wait for the dragons. Wait for the dragons to do their thing. See what happens there. Remember, you flame and attack rubbish. You absolutely hurt the king. He's not got the great healing. He's only got 1 priest that can heal 1 wound to turn on the big dragons. So you can just chip away at those quite happily. He'll have to engage with you, and then you've got, if you're deploying with your dudes behind your Iron Drakes, you can just be like, cool, fall back. Here's the Longbeards. And then the king probably doesn't want to fight that king, so he's not got anything super offensive on him.
Absolutely.
I don't think he's got a burning blade. He's got a biting blade, which is
5 up.
AP 2 strength 1 blade. Is that something? So it's not. Yeah, he's not super tangy. He's got the Armour of the Ages, so you're going to be rolling wounds against him, which is the interesting thing. Your strength, 6 to 7 are you on the king?
6 to, so 7 So let's guess your strength. Oh, I'm going all loopy.
Try
Bear
again.
with me. What?
Try again. So you spent 6 and 7 when he moves, yeah?
Yeah.
Yep. So
Yeah.
you have to reroll any sixes that wound. So it's not not too bad. I think you'd be fine against this if you just greet it.
Yeah. Yeah. I think so too. Um, Okay. What I will say, guys, by the way, that the intention of I need to make a disclaimer. The intention of this is not to just assume that my list, will beat these lists. I don't think that at all. It's really just to see how the tactics might change. Just because we're saying we're going to greet these lists does not mean to say that I'm going to absolutely smash these lists at
I know.
all. That's just so far beyond the pale. I have a very, very, very strong likelihood of messing up a lot of these games, so don't worry.
It's more just a bit of fun and just
It is a bit of fun, yeah.
go through the armor list for the tournament. Bit of fun of how you're asking like what's going to be the best ways to play against some of these
Yeah,
lists.
exactly.
And by greeting and meeting, it's more of a case of do you run at this person or do you
Or do I
sit
just
back,
sit back and
let them do their thing, and you just try and shoot them on the way in. So
No, absolutely, absolutely. So next, do you want me to do the next, or do you want to do the next one?
go on. So we've got High Beast Sorry, we've got Ian Russell who's playing
Yeah.
Dark Elves. He's got a High Beastmaster on a Manticore with a Cavalry Spear, Shield, Whip of Agony, Pendant Caliph, and Sea Dragon Cloak. He's got a level 4 Supreme Sorceress with 3 Focus Familiars, Dispel Scroll, Tome of Furion, and he's on Elementalism. He's got another Supreme Sorceress who's also level 4 with Battle Magic, 2 Focus Familiars, Power Scroll, Lore Familiar, and Ruby Ring.
Mm-hmm.
He's got 10 Black Arc Corsairs with a Musician. He's got 22 Repeater Crossbowmen with full command. He's got 5 Dark Riders with a Musician. He's got 5 Caldwell Knights with a Champion and Standard Bearer with the banner of Harganath, a Musician in there as well. He's got 5 Harpies, and then he's got I can never say this, Charybdis,
A Charybdis.
and a War Hydra.
That's cool.
How to play against that? So the Supreme Sorceress, the Battle Magic one is on a steed, so he's probably going to be messing about near the Caldwell Knights and the Dark Riders, or he's going to be in the Dark Riders potentially. Then the other level 4 is on foot, I think. How weapon was level 4? Yeah, so that's going to have to be in the crossbow, the 22 crossbow block, I guess, to keep it protected. So he's not super mobile there. He's got 2 big monsters in a Manticore, so, and the Caldwell Knights as well coming at you. I think you could.
You could quite easily greet this, in my opinion, because the shooting doesn't make any difference to me.
Yeah, I think you could do a mid greet with this. You could move forward.
A mid greet.
Yeah, you could. Where like you open the door, you step out the house, and you walk down the driveway a little bit.
But you're coming to me, But
they've pulled up to your driveway, but you're going out of your house to see them at the car door. I think that's what you're going to do with this.
Exactly. It's like the equivalent of seeing the postman and like, I'm not coming all the way. You're going to walk some of the way with my parcel. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I'm going to come outside the door and walk down the path to sign for it. That's probably what we're going to do here with this.
Yeah. Okay. No, I'd agree. There's a lot of cool stuff. I mean, the Caldwell Knight with the Banner of Hargon, that's actually quite nasty. The shooting, there's a lot of shots, but I'm just not that bothered about it because my stuff is quite tanky.
Just make sure every turn you successfully cast your +1 armor saving.
That's never going to happen.
Just do that every turn.
It's just not going to happen. I'm sorry. Next we have
Tom Gould.
Tom Gould, which we've gone through my list. So we're going to go through my first round opponent. Now this could change because I believe there already has been a dropout. All right, but as of right now, I'm due to play Fraser Lowry, and he's using typically what I would consider to be one of the tougher matchups for dwarves, realistically, in terms of factions, which is Wood Elves. And I'll run through it now. Let's play a guessing game, Andy. Okay, what do you think the first unit choice is on the roster of the characters?
Glade Lord on a Dragon.
I think you know what, 10 points to that man. Right. So we've got Glade Lord and Dragon. Okay, he's got a Forest Dragon, Talisman of Protection, Ogre Blade, Anointed that links to the Befuddlement Mischiefs. That's not a smirk, like a smear on that choice. The reason why we can guess that is because it's really good. Basically, it's a really good, solid choice. We've also got Spellweaver, level 4 on foot with the Broken Stave and a Resplendent of Luminescence, which I have no idea what that does, but it sounds
Magical
cool.
attacks.
What? Magical
I
attacks.
think it's the unit is with magical attacks. I think.
Fantastic. Okay. We then have a Spell Singer with Lore Familiar, Power Scroll, and Battle Magic. Level 2. We've got 20 Glade Guard, which is
Yes.
interesting. Okay. They have the Banner of Midsummer's Eve. Mr. Encyclopedia, what does that do?
I think is that the Vanguard one? I will check.
You'll check. While I look at the rest, we have 8 Dryads, who just have the Nymph champion. We've got 5 Glade Riders. They have Azrael Bows, Hagbane tips, so they've got the poison tips. A reserve move as well, and looks like they don't have a command. They've got a musician though. They've got 3 Tree Kin, which again don't usually see, which is cool. Got 5 Wild Riders with full command, and then we have a Tree Man.
Right, so just to go back onto the bits, so yeah, the Resplendence of Luminescence on the Spellweaver is magical attacks for the unit. The Banner of Midsummer's
That's cool.
Eve ignores cover. That's quite nice. Also, just a note, he has taken. He's not taken poison, everyone. So when they use 20 Glaive Guard, he has Arcane Bodkins on that, which is the AP. That's interesting.
Yeah, AP2 ignoring cover. It's actually quite nice.
He has poison on the Glade Riders, and yeah, that's all the shooting.
That's it. He's only got like 2 shooting units.
He has a nice just mix of stuff for Wood Elves. Obviously, some of the strong pieces, like they have just you're going to have a mix of stuff. You're going to have some of the strong pieces. It's like the Glade Lord on Dragon is good. The challenge guy, which has got the 2 things. I mean, you might as well have a skill, and might as well to hit the challenge. So he's a pain. And then the level 4 with the Oaken Stave is just, why wouldn't you take that kind of thing? It's a good choice. And then having a level 2 as well, a couple of sources of battle magic there. He's not gone crazy with anything at all. Like, he's not took 3 to 5 sisters, things like that. He's got like one of each unit almost, with the Treeman, the Wild Rider, the Treekin. The
Treekin is interesting. You don't usually see Treekin at all.
Yeah, so I respect this kind of list ranger. It's nice. It's nice.
Cool,
I bet it'd be nice to see that on the table as well. All that.
Yeah.
To play against it, which is kind of funny, is that because it's a mix of everything. I couldn't give you a solid answer to the best way to play. You could play this either way. He's got loads of shooting where he can chip away at you like Wood Elves do. He's got bits of shooting, but he has bits of combat as well. So is he going to come at you with the other stuff, or is he going to sit back and say, "Well, I'm going to shoot you unless you come at me"? And it's like, "I'll probably outshoot you," kind of thing. Will he outshoot you if 18? Is it 18 Iron Drakes you got?
I've got 18. I've got 17 Iron Drakes.
17. Will he outshoot if a 79 Drakes that are probably going to be buffed up in a big long line shooting at him? Probably not. Unless he gets lucky with the Glade Guard. He gets the Hex off on you for the battle magic that gives him the real ones to hit, and 20 shots hitting you on probably 4s, strength 3, wins you on 5s. So he's going to get 20 shots, hitting you hits you half the time. He gets 10 hits and wounds you 4 times, kills 2 guys, depends on what your boss you got on.
Yeah, actually, it really does. It does depend what he puts on, because don't forget, if I get my spell off, which I have appalling records with that spell, but if I do get off a +1 save and reroll, actually it's like a 5-up rerollable save still. It's like it's equivalent like a 3-up save.
Yeah, so if you've got if he's AP2 on you, and so you're going to let's say you're on a 3-up save, you're going down to a 5-up rerollable save, and then a 5+ ward, he's probably not really going to kill much there. So he will probably have. He may try that. He might try that for like a turn, and see that shooting a couple of fireballs at you, and the Glade Guard shooting not doing enough. that he's like, actually, I'm gonna have to come at you now, and then he has to turn it on and full send at you. So then you can start playing a different game. Then, so I think you win the war of the shooting war there. So you could probably
yeet or mid yeet, like we say, go mid board and start shooting back.
yeah
Yeah,
a mid yeet.
Because I mean, what we have to lose in the backfield is the cart, probably. So it's an easy 65 points, and the grudge thrower. There's nothing really in that list that I'm too worried about threatening the anvil. Really,
No,
do
even the dragon
yeah.
coming at it.
What's on sixes, isn't it? So
6s to wound, yeah.
yeah.
I mean, you're not going to hurt it either, but it's going to sit there until your longbeards get there to help out.
Exactly. So mid greet. Okay. So far the greets have it, which is surprising, really, considering that's not really what the list is designed for.
It's not the way the list plays at all. But I'm quite a reserved player so this is just how I'd see it.
Fair enough. Right, we've got Darren Spalls, and he has Tomb Kings. This is your domain. Would you like to take it away, my friend?
Yep, if it would open the list up for me.
I'll just go through it if you want.
One sec, refresh. There you go. Okay, so Darren's got Tomb King's Grand Army. So he's got Tomb King, who's general on Neck, Cliffbone Dragon, Talisman Protection, Ogre Blade. He's then got a level 4 priest, high priest with a warding splint, Lore Familiar, Collar of Shapesh, and he's on Necromancer. There's a 2 prints with Armor, Meteoric Iron, and Giant Blade on foot. He has 3 skeleton chariots with full command. He has 5 skeleton horse archers, 5 skeleton horse archers, 20 skeleton archers, 20 skeleton archers, 23 tomb guard with full command, with the Icon of Sacred Eye, which is the possible weapon skill, and the Death Mask of Carnot, which is Terror, nice champion.
Nice.
2 tomb scorpions with ambush, and a Necrosphinx. So again, it's a nice mix of things in the Tomb King book.
I yeet at this.
I think that you could get away with eating at that.
Yeah, I eat at this. I think, from what I can see, he's got some nice blocks to get into.
And he's not got that much resing. He's got one high priest. So
yeah, I agree. I don't mind eating into that at all. Again, doesn't mean I'd win it, but I mean, at least I know what I'm doing with it.
No, not being cocky, but I mean, it's an army that you'd go at rather than. I mean, you could sit back and wait for him because his shooting is.
I mean, you can do that with the thing is right.
Yeah,
you can do that with it. You can do that with every army, but there are some armies where that don't allow you to do that, and some armies where if you yeet, it's actually the worst thing you can do because they can just go around your arcs. They can drill trap you, which I know is a favorite tactic of yours as well. So I mean, if you yeet and you don't get that spell off, and then they've got skeleton horsemen in the wings. That's a problem. That's a real problem. That's not like a.
And he's got 2 of those there, so be careful of that.
Well, that's just it, isn't it? That's why you've got to. This is why sometimes I don't rate the anvil, if I'm being honest. Sometimes. Next, we have, I'll read this out, because we have Goran Farm. Okay, and he's got a Warriors of Chaos. There's quite a lot of chaos at this. Popular faction, yeah.
What kind of Warriors of Chaos is it?
He's got a Heralds of Darkness, so we're going to see some knights and all sorts, which is cool. So we have Sorcerer Lord, a level 4 on Chaos Steed, Infernal Puppet, Spell Familiar, and Battle Magic. We've got Exalted Sorcerer, level 2, again Chaos Steed, Lore Familiar, Spell Familiar, Battle Magic, Mark of Tzeentch on both of them. We then have an Aspiring Champion. Is he on anything? He has a chariot, yeah, Chosen Chaos Chariot. He has a Battle Stand Bearer with the War Banner. We'll have 6 Chaos Knights, Mark of Tzeentch, full command. 6 Chaos Knights, markers each, full command. 5 Marauder Horsemen with flails, mark of Chaos Undivided. Again, looks like full command. We also have no stand on that, just the champion and musician. We have Chaos Chariot with marker Chaos Undivided. 5 Warhounds, 4 Dragon Ogres, chosen Chaos Chariot. With a 3+. Does that mean it's got a 3+ save?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Then we have the Gigantic Spawn of Chaos. Wow, you get a lot on that list.
How is the Darkness for you?
Yeah, you get a lot, man. It's cool. It's really cool. All right. Well, again, this feels fairly obvious that you greets, right? It's gonna come to me. I feel like if you reach at that, you can get surrounded, you can get flanked and reared and all that kind of stuff. So I feel like you castle up and you wait for them to come to you.
Yeah, it's much faster than you. You just got to be careful of this gigantic spawn. You can't overwatch it if it gets into
random movement.
But I feel like he'll be charging loads of stuff at you, so it won't be a thing. But I think you probably greet this.
Yeah, greet as well. So.
And his last one is Oliver Jones, who's also playing Tomb Kings. So Tomb Kings also popular. This is the third one, is it?
Third one.
Is it 3 Warriors Occurs, 3 Tomb Kings?
Yeah.
So it's another Grand Army. They've all been Grand Armies as well, which is interesting. So he's got a Tomb King who is in a chariot, which is nice. Flay the Skulls, Warding Splint, and Crown of Kings. He's a Royal Herald, who's the Battlestar Bearer on a chariot with Talisman Protection. He has a level 4 High Priest with Lore Familiar and Ruby Ring and Necromancy. He has a level 2 Mortuary Priest with the Enkil's Canopy, which is the once became ends remains in place spells, and Elementalism. Then he's got 19 Skeleton Warriors with Phalanx, which means they can't give ground, and the champion with the Champion Standard Bearer. No musician. There's 4 chariots with the Razor Banner. Ooh. And the champion. 3 skeleton chariots, naked. 7 skeleton horse archers, 6 skeleton horse archers, 3 Necropalace Knights, Tomb Scorpion with ambush, Screamer Skull Catapult, and a Casket of Souls. Again, just a nice bit of everything kind of army. I
don't mind.
No
dragon in this, and I don't mind eating into this. To be fair, there's a lot of stuff like you can get some flanks with the chariots, but the chariots don't hit that hard. Maybe the one with the Razor Standard
King and a Royal Herald in there.
Yeah.
But the Royal Herald's got a halberd. I'm not got great of him. So and then the King's got the flail skulls, which is a nice big weapon. Quite like that. That'll be interesting.
Yeah.
That unit's going to be super fast. The skeletons, the chariots always are. They got built-in reserve move, open order, so they're just twitching about all over the show. It's like crazy. That I really want to play with chariots at some point because I think they're really cool. Like, they're very maneuverable. You just got to have the right amount in a unit, I think, with the characters because they become unwieldy if you have too many, and that makes you want to take then the Banner of Reform, but just so you can maneuver about even more. They can literally just do whatever they like. With this, then I think you could probably greet this mid-greet again. He's going to have the catapult, which can be going at you. You can probably just trade blows with that catapult to be like, right, one of us is going to kill the other. He's got a Casket of Souls though as well, which is another thing you could try and get with your stone thrower.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what they always try and do.
So he's got necromancy in this, hasn't he? So he can play for a little bit of messing about with your leadership for the Casket of Souls to do something, but I don't think it would kill enough models to make a big dent. Plus your magic resistance 2 on the unit.
Indeed. Yes, I am with the Runesmith.
That's a bit of a pain for him trying to get off light of death with the casket. So yeah, I think you could probably just mid-greet this. Make this okay. You can't go too full send because he could literally just run past you.
That's fine. Thing is, I don't mind if he runs past. What's he going to get in the backfield? He's going to get
literally everything but the Screaming Skull Catapult and the Casket Souls.
no. So that's what I'm saying is, if he goes past me, what is he going to be able to get in the backfield? Like, do you know what I mean? He's going to get he would get the cart and the grudge thrower.
Iron Drakes.
Iron Drakes are going to be no, Iron Drakes will be fine.
You could probably, right, if you wanted to do it and go for a yeet, right, just
Mm-hmm.
charge headlong into his unit of 19 skeleton warriors with the phalanx, who's going to be homing his high priest, I imagine,
Mm-hmm.
and his mortuary priest. So if he has those in there, you could just go full at them. But remember, he's got a lot of things to stop you from drilling.
Yeah.
Then
True.
he can throw out the difficult terrain spell you don't really care about, so you just run over that. Then you smack into the 19 skeletons and clear off those. He then runs past you with his entire army, and then you can just carry on going and just go towards his catapult and his casket, get those. If his characters stay in the warriors as well and you kill all that, that'd be just points, pure points.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, he's trying to busy killing off your buffed up unit of Iron Drakes that are probably, defending in like a double line or whatever against his king and the crew of chariots, and he gets to you trying to get to your casket souls, your
Anvil, yeah.
Anvil, and like you said, can't really hurt it too much. You're just smacking away and have a little right at the back of the head. Like, do you outpoint him with what you can kill with his warriors, his casket, his screaming quarter catapult the casket, or then he jimmies round and then you just turn around and go, right, I'm going to rear charge your king and the skeleton and the chariots next turn if he's stuck in combat with your Iron Drakes. You've got a couple of ways you can play this game.
Yeah, true.
You could probably, if he went first, if he goes first, you could just get a complete tell of how he's wanting to play that game, and then you could probably just adjust from there.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean that's it. That's all the lists that we've gone through. Okay.
There is a spare player,
tally.
obviously, that we don't know what list they've got, but yeah.
This is true. And we have it at the end. The Greets have 8, the Yeets have 2. The Greets have it. Although I'm almost 100% positive that we should be eating more than we are, but it's fine. I mean, it's it's a bit of fun, isn't it? It's not, if we go there and do well.
If you ask Richie how he'd play against some of those lists,
I just go, yeah, throw.
Just yeet at all of it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
and it'll work.
Yeah. Richie's a much better dwarf player than I am, though. So it's there is that to consider. He knows these things much better than I do.
He's a very aggressive player as well. So my play style is completely different to his. So I'm much more reserved. So I'd always favour the more reserved, safer play.
Yeah, definitely. Right. So that's it. That brings to a close the UKTC. I'm really looking forward to the event. I hope, obviously, we do well. If you have got any thoughts as to whether these Yeet and Greets are completely wrong, please leave a message. If not, then leave a message anyway. It'd be cool to say hello. And I'll look forward to the event. It's a shame you're not going, Andy, honestly. But
I could be the spare player.
You're not though, are you?
No.
Okay, right. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Andy, you got any closing thoughts?
On the next video, I suppose, if you take some nice pictures of your games with a little battle report of how you get on. Guys.
Yeah, I'll try. I'm useless at that, but I will try. Yeah, I'm useless at that. But I've got the camera ready. I'm actually just about to pack. As soon as I've got these 2 videos to edit and schedule for release tomorrow, I'm going to go and pack up ready for the weekend.
So you're traveling out on Friday night?
Yeah, we're going to go to my friend's house in Heaton. There's actually quite a few of us going. There's me, Andy. Me, Liam, John, a few guys, all in my mate's tiny little house. It's going to be very overcrowded, but it'll be good. Okay. Right. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.